It's on.
Actually nervous.
Don't be.
I'm a little nervous. I'm nervous.
So my first question for you is, in your opinion, is the literary curriculum adequately inclusive? Obviously this question could be anything, so whatever it means to you.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's inclusive. I think we're doing a great job of putting our heads together and trying to make sure that we are being as inclusive as we can be. But we became, over the years pretty comfortable with the curriculum that we were teaching. And we've been challenged over the last few years by the community, in particular the kids, which I give the kids a lot of credit. They're looking for more rich and diverse choices that they can choose from, more modern choices as well, that connects to their lives and what they're seeing as far as the changes in the world. So we're not quite there yet, but I like the fact that our team is really putting its heads together to come up with some answers to this.
Yeah, okay. That leads beautifully to my next question. How would you personally go about diversifying required literature in school? And which book would you add first?
Wow, that's a great question. So at this point right now, you can't just have the 14 or 17 English teachers making this decision unilaterally. I think we have to talk to the kids. I think we have to talk to the community. I think we have to figure out, survey. Surveys matter. So I think, opening this up to a bigger discussion, getting our bosses involved, getting the central administration involved, the school board. We want to see kids reading, but we don't want to always, force feed stuff that has always just kind of worked in the past, so we just stuck with it. I think that as far as a book that we can include, gosh, there's so many good ones. One of my favorites are going to be selfish here. It's called Angel of Harlem. It's the story of the 1920s. It's a female doctor. She's a black doctor from Harlem, trying to make her way in very much a male-dominated world where she is, trying to become a surgeon. And she makes her way through, but she learns that because of her gender and her skin color, that there are limitations.
Right.
And trying to break through this very protected bubble of white surgeons is seemingly impossible until, and I don't want to give away the whole plot, until she proves them wrong.
That sounds like a really
It's a
good
great
one
book.
to add.
Yeah.
I will have to think about that one.
Awesome.
That's good. And then finally, just a little personal question. Tell me a little bit about your favorite book. And I know what this is. I'm very excited to hear this.
Okay, so I could go in a number of different directions with this, but I'm going to give you two answers to this. The first one is the one that inspired me to become a teacher, which is Inferno by Dante. It's not something we teach here. It's an old classic, Italian Renaissance. It's not for everybody. The language is muddled in the jargon of the time period, and it is densely religious. Actually, there's a lot of attacks on Roman Catholicism, which being a Catholic, I'm okay with, because I'm okay with the little psychoanalyzing and criticizing my own faith. It happens at times. So for me, it's one that I connected to that drew me into this because of my own personal experiences. I had some real difficulties when I was between the ages of like 19 and now. But I use it all the time. But I think the best novel ever written that I really would love to see in the curriculum, talking about getting more female authors in our curriculum, was an incredible woman who in 1818 wrote the first draft at 19 years old of Frankenstein, Mary Shelley.
Right.
I love it. It's incredible. It's amazing. She rewrote it in 1831, and that's the Frankenstein that we study today. But it is an incredible story of, how do I say this delicately? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just come out and say it. It's an incredible story of trying to prove that men don't have the answers to everything. And she was 19 years old. You're talking 19th century, and it was written in Switzerland, actually. She's from Great Britain, or London, but it was written in Switzerland. And she just, in almost every page, proves that women need a voice in this world, that men cannot possibly understand what it's like to be a woman, what they have to endure in a number of different fronts. And I think that, especially for our young men, I think they need to read something like this in order to promote equality, feminism, all the things that we're looking for as teachers and students and as a community. Yeah.
Did you know she wrote it one night?
I did.
Yeah. She wrote it on a dare.
The Haunted Summer of 1816, that's where it started. She was in a writing contest with a bunch of dudes. and she beat them.
She won.
She whooped their butts.
Hands down. All right, that's all I have for today.
All good?
Remember to vote Joe for Stuka.
Joe Kelly, here we go.